A celebrity from Sister Wives discloses a diagnosis of rare and aggressive cancer and describes a difficult recovery, prompting fans to offer prayers. One of the cast members of Sister Wives has disclosed a rare and aggressive cancer diagnosis. The TLC reality star disclosed the arduous, healing journey as fans offered their prayers. Sister Wives chronicles the life of Kody Brown and his extended polygamous family. This encompassed his present spouse Robin and his previous spouses Mary, Janelle, and Christine. Mary divorced Kody in 2014 and has provided a significant update on her friend on social media. She utilized Instagram to share a photograph with her friend Jen Sullivan, who has previously been on the show. The duo seemed to radiate joy in a recent photo, donning matching red hoodies adorned with profane slang terms. This follows Jen's disclosure that her partner Sean has been diagnosed with a rare and aggressive form of cancer. She uploaded a sad selfie to her Grid page, accompanied by a comprehensive article regarding his treatment and its impact on her life. The media personality stated, "This photograph was captured on our 19th anniversary, shortly before Sean commenced treatment for sarcoma, a rare and aggressive form of cancer. Since February, he has endured 5 weeks of radiation therapy and 2 significant surgeries, including the excision of a third tumor that had developed undiscovered just beyond the radiation field." Nevertheless, following the conclusion of the latest season of TLC's Sister Wives, there are significant indications from the one-on-one specials suggesting that Mary Brown may still harbor feelings for her former husband, Kody Brown. The 4 principal cast members of Sister Wives Season 19 engaged in a series of individual interviews with host Suki Krishnan to discuss the season and its repercussions. Throughout Mary's segments, there were evident indications that she retains a fondness for Kody. In contrast to past spouses Christine Brown-Woolley and Janelle Brown, who expressed criticism towards their ex-husband, Mary occasionally defended Kody's behavior. Mary also expressed affection for the positive moments in their marriage, a sentiment that neither Janelle nor Christine appears capable of articulating. During the season, indications emerged, such as Kody assisting Mary with her relocation from Flagstaff to Utah, where their affection for one another became evident. Although perplexed by Kody's sentiments on relocation day, Mary did not reflect on the past. Nevertheless, she appears to have reached a state of tranquility with Kody, or she remains captivated by him in some manner. During the significant discourse around Kody's utilization of luggage racks while traveling with his wife, which Christine asserted symbolized their entire connection, Mary refrained from joining the criticism of Kody. Christine said that throughout their travels, Kody would use the luggage rack for his own use, compelling the women to place their bags in alternative locations. Janelle validated Christine's account. However, Robin Brown stated that she effortlessly utilized the luggage rack first, as evidenced by this TikTok published by TLC. Mary, however, minimized the significance of the luggage rack, stating, "I don't believe it is just to sit and lament. I wish to refrain from expressing dissatisfaction. I am not interested in it. I will not do that action." Mary declined to perceive the luggage rack predicament as anything beyond its inherent nature. In response to Suki's inquiry about whether Mary believed Kody ever prioritized himself, Mary groaned and affirmed that he does, but only sometimes. "However, I have also observed him prioritizing others on numerous occasions. I believe we all engage in that behavior. I prioritize myself at times. However, I occasionally prioritize others as well." I surmise that Janelle and Christine engage in same behavior. A distinct divide appears between Christine and Janelle, who openly criticize Kody, and Mary, who appears to exercise greater caution. She advocates for Kody in response to his critics, asserting that he frequently prioritizes others. It is ambiguous whether Mary desires to maintain harmony or whether she still harbors affections for him. Mary radiates joy when recalling her early days with Kody. She stated that she was exceedingly shy and reserved, whereas Kody exhibited the contrary disposition. He was boisterous and sociable, had a talent for captivating others. It caused Mary to develop a deeper affection for him. Mary's nostalgic remembrance of their initial days together is melancholic in retrospect. She was deeply enamored with Kody, who reciprocated by making her feel exceptionally valued at that time. Mary expressed her happiness, stating that Kody made her feel as though she mattered. Suki inquired of Mary the last occasion she experienced that sentiment from Kody. Mary exhaled deeply and remarked, "It has been some time." In a subsequent scene, Suki interrogated Kody on his assertion that Mary and Robin constituted his sole safe spaces inside the numerous marriages. The topic arose due to the disclosure that Kody had a personal encounter during college, which he had exclusively confided in Mary and Robin. Kody reminisced about the initial phase of his relationship with Mary, noting that they were much safer together and thereafter characterized Robin as a highly supportive spouse. Robin placed me in a garden of trust adorned with roses. When Suki prompts Kody to discuss his initial emotional safety with Mary and subsequently with Robin, he appears taken aback by the recollection of his emotional intimacy with Mary. He stated that it had been a considerable duration since he recognized that he was genuinely vulnerable with Mary. "I suppose I simply outgrew it." Kody admitted it was unwise to claim he was never in love with Mary. Upon Suki relaying his remarks to Mary, she characterized them as interesting and nice, noting his recollection of having placed trust in her. Suki inquired of Mary whether she felt secure with Kody, to which Mary affirmed that she did. Mary appears to still harbor feelings for Kody, or at the very least, maintain a fondness for him. That is the reason she refrains from joining Christine and Janelle in their criticism of him. Mary likely recalls a period when it was solely she and Kody, and she cherishes that recollection. Nevertheless, the summer atmosphere in Flagstaff was remarkably charged. Episode 18 of Season 19 commenced not with a familial dinner or a collective dialogue, but with a solitary admission from Janelle. Her typically composed manner had been supplanted by an intensity that observers had not witnessed in years. "I am finished with pretense," she declared into the camera, her voice quivering with a blend of rage and sorrow. "I cannot continue to observe Robin receiving all the advantages while the remainder of us are neglected. What about Kody? He is no longer the man I wed. No longer." The camera shifted to the primary residence shared by Robin and Kody, the sole fully furnished and operational home among all the spouses. Robin sat at her elaborate dining table, sipping tea, while Kody walked angrily in the living room. Kody murmured, "She is being irrational," as his golden curls bobbed with each abrupt motion. "I have provided her with all that she requested: freedom, space, and independence. Am I now unexpectedly cast as the antagonist?" At Janelle's rental residence, the reality was markedly dissimilar. Invoices were accumulating. Her sons had matured and departed, and the emotional burden of 2 decades in a plural marriage with an increasingly aloof spouse had started to fracture her spirit. She had not saw Kody in almost 2 weeks, nor had she received a text message. The sole occasion he contacted her was to express dissatisfaction with her perceived disrespect during a prior group meeting. However, Episode 18 culminated the situation. In a highly publicized event of the season, Janelle ultimately consented to meet with Kody and Robin. Cameras captured her entrance into the house, shoulders squared, chin elevated. Robin extended a courteous grin, although Janelle did not reciprocate. "I am present because I require closure," Janelle commenced. "To avoid being manipulated through deceit. Avoiding manipulation by guilt. Only the truth." Kody folded his arms. "You are diverting the focus to Robin when it is not relevant." "Indeed, it is," Janelle retorted. "Whenever we reach a family decision, Robin engages in a clandestine discussion with you. In moments of anxiety, you seek refuge in her embrace, as though she is your whole priority. What am I expected to do? Endure it with a smile?" Robin's eyes filled with tears, however Janelle remained unyielding. "I am not Christine," Janelle stated. "I did not depart when you began to withdraw. I remained. I advocated for this family. However, I now comprehend that I was contending in alone." Kody rose, visibly enraged, although Janelle remained unperturbed. She retrieved a little packet from her purse and passed it across the table. "What is this?" Robin inquired. "My conclusive determination," Janelle responded. "This is the documentation for legal separation. I have already submitted the filing." I will no longer remain in the shadows of this marriage. The ensuing hush was overwhelming. The episode concluded with Janelle departing from the house, the camera following her. She appeared relieved, even buoyant. I do not harbor animosity towards them, she stated in her concluding confessional. However, I cannot love an individual who declines to love all of us impartially. I cannot occupy a position where my value is subject to negotiation. Nevertheless, the autumn foliage of Flagstaff had commenced to descend, reflecting the subtle transformations occurring in Robin Brown's life. Previously the seemingly preferred spouse in a deteriorating plural marriage, Robin now stood isolated amidst the remnants of a family that had previously provided her sanctuary. Robin has consistently upheld the belief of plural marriage. She was raised within it, derived solace from it, and constructed her aspirations around the concept of sisterhood and collective motherhood. Upon marrying Cody, she felt selected, not merely by an individual, but by a family. Christine, Mary, and Janelle first received her with ambivalence. However, Robin gradually perceived the development of a profound bond. Robin sat on the couch, her gaze fixed on the fireplace that had remained unlit since Christine's departure. The silence in the home was oppressive, excessively so. Her children were upstairs, unaware of the emotional turmoil unfolding below. The formerly boisterous residence now resembled a museum of memories, each room encapsulating a moment from when the Browns were still together. Emotion surged within her as she perused vintage family photographs on her phone. A Thanksgiving dinner, a visit to Disneyland, and the birth of Solomon, accompanied by all the women who are smiling. At that time, Cody possessed strength in his gaze. He was fatigued, furious, and emotionally detached, even from her. She was no longer the preferred choice. She was the final individual remaining. Robin occupied her desk, composing a letter she never anticipated she would write. Mary, I acknowledge that our relationship has been intricate. I acknowledge my errors. I never intended to interfere with your relationship with Cody. I genuinely desired for us to be sisters, to rear our children collectively, and to age together on the same porch exchanging narratives. I am uncertain if you will ever absolve me, yet I aspire that one day you will comprehend that my heart consistently endeavored to maintain our unity. She meticulously folded the letter and gazed at it for an extended while. Subsequently, she deposited it in a drawer. She was unprepared to dispatch it. Not at this time. While filming the latest season of Sister Wives, Robin consented to participate in an unfiltered therapy session with Cody. It was her concept, born of desperation rather than bravery. She sought solutions. She desired the former Cody. He entered tardily, wearing sunglasses and with his arms crossed. The therapist attempted to facilitate dialogue, although each utterance from Cody resembled a projectile. I am uncertain of my belief in this any longer, he retorted. Not solely plural marriage, any aspect of it. I am fatigued by the incessant attribution of blame. I am fatigued from shouldering the responsibilities of this family alone. Robin's lip quivered. You are not shouldering it alone. I remain present. I am making an effort. He averted his gaze from her, merely gazed out the window, disoriented. On a tranquil Sunday, Janelle abruptly rapped on Robin's door. Several months had elapsed since their last communication. Robin paused prior to opening. Janelle? I was in the vicinity. I presumed you could benefit from some companionship, Janelle remarked, presenting a pumpkin pie. Initially, they sat in the kitchen in an uncomfortable silence. However, gradually, the former rhythm reemerged. They conversed on the children, Flagstaff, and the years they had experienced together. I do not hold you accountable, Robin, Janelle ultimately stated. We all made decisions. We inflict pain upon one another. However, I believe we have overlooked the most crucial aspect, our friendship. Robin acquiesced, tears streaming down her face. I long for your presence. I miss you as well. Robin commenced journaling. Each morning, before to the children's awakening, she would sit by the window and write, not as a sister wife, nor as Cody's final spouse, but as her true self. She engaged the children in hiking, participated in a pottery course, and established a modest online business for handcrafted jewelry. It was an aspiration she had envisioned for years, but consistently deferred for the benefit of the family. For the first time in years, Robin was uncovering her identity beyond that of Cody's wife. In the season finale, TLC captured a poignant moment. All four wives, Christine, Mary, Janelle, and Robin, convened in a single location. Refrain from raising one's voice. No allegations. Only silence. Subsequently, restoration. I am not present to engage in conflict, Christine stated. I am here to progress. Mary stated, we were all fractured, but perhaps we can commence reconstruction, individually, yet more resilient. Robin surveyed the room. They were not merely her sister wives. They were women who had experienced love, made sacrifices, and persevered. I continue to mourn the family we lost, she stated gently. However, perhaps it is time to relinquish and evolve. 1 year later, Robin's boutique flourished. She published a memoir entitled Pieces of Me, Life After Sister Wives. She and Cody were no longer in a relationship. Nonetheless, they co-parented amicably. Robin observed her children playing in the yard from her front porch. She experienced a sense of buoyancy, more robust, not in the capacity of a spouse,